Smell me like a Hellcat.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Before this video starts, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys 3 really cool ways to use the invisible deck. Now, I'm not really going to go into how to use the invisible deck, but I'm going to leave a link down in the description where you guys can purchase an invisible deck, and it will come with instructions on how to use it. But essentially all it is a gaff deck letting you basically make any card the spectator says be the card that is facing the opposite direction of the deck. So it's a really cool killer card trick, honestly. But I'm going to show you guys 3 different ways you guys can use it. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, you guys, so as you can see, I have an invisible deck right here. Now, it looks like an ordinary deck of cards at first glance, but let's just say, for example, the spectator wants the 2 of hearts to be the card facing the opposite direction, just to give you guys an example. So I will go ahead and show you that all the cards are facing the opposite direction, except for one particular card. It just so happens to be the 2 of hearts. So that's basically how the invisible deck works. So basically, literally any card you say is the card that could be facing the opposite direction. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys again 3 different ways you can use it. So let's go ahead and get into the first one now. Okay guys, so you have your invisible deck in the box. This is more of a street performance kind of thing. So you walk up to, you know, whoever, you know, someone in your mall or wherever you're on the street doing your magic at, and you ask them to call a friend, and they call their friend. So they get on the phone and they call their friend, and call anyone. It don't have to be their friend. It could be literally anybody. They call anybody and they ask their friend to grab a deck of cards maybe nearby. And if they don't have a deck of cards nearby, they can just pretend they have one. Either case, they either get this imaginary or non-imaginary deck of cards. They can spread through and they choose the person on the other end of the phone chooses the card, and then they tell their friend who called them, tell them what the card is. They tell you what the card is, and obviously it doesn't matter what it is, 7 of spades for example. It doesn't matter what the card is. You can go through and it will always be the card that you have turned over or whatever. Okay, so that's one really cool way to use it. So now let's get into another way you can use it. Okay guys, so this way actually takes 2 decks of cards. So have one deck of cards and one that is a little different. In this case, I just have my blue bicycle deck. So you have your red one and then you have your blue one, or whatever, you know, whatever color your invisible deck is. And you're going to have a spectator. This is something I actually did do on a stage. This is actually really good for stage performance. It didn't get filmed. It did, but I'm not going to say who filmed it, but they did a very bad job. To the point someone's head was in the way of me the entire time, so I was not able to upload that video, unfortunately. But it was really funny. It was a really good trick, because what you do is you call in someone on the audience to take a deck of cards. You can magician force it, so you can say, you know, point to one, and it doesn't matter, whatever, just make sure they end up with this in their hand. But what I just did was said, I have a prediction in this deck, I want to hand this deck to you, and you go to someone else in the audience, and you be the magician. You have them choose a card. So you can hand it to that spectator. The spectator goes out to someone else and has them select the card, in this case, the 7 of diamonds. You can go ahead, pull your cards out of the box, and you spread through and show, look, the prediction I made matches perfectly with the card they chose. So that's basically what you can do in that case. That's something really cool you can do with the invisible deck. So now let's go ahead and get on with the 3rd trick you can do with an invisible deck. Okay guys, you're going to have to bear with me a little on this one because it might get a little confusing, but this is actually a really cool trick. So you have a normal deck of red bicycles here. The only thing I've done here is I've actually separated the odd cards from the even cards. And now in this case, odd and even, the way this works is the kings, normally they would count as 13, so they would be odd, but actually the black kings are going to count as even, and the red kings are going to count as odd. So honestly, depending on how you have your invisible deck, so basically, obviously, this way is all odd cards, and the other way is all even cards, meaning the card that, you know, you make be the card they choose or whatever is going to be an odd card. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to take your joker, and you're going to choose which side you want up. It doesn't matter. So in this case, I like having the odd side being up. And now you're going to take this blue joker, or this blue card, and put it on top of your invisible deck. And this is all going to go in this blue box. See, the beauty of the invisible deck is the only card they really see the back of is the card that you pull out. Other than that, they just see faces. So you're going to use that to your advantage. You're going to take a blue joker and use a joker just because before this trick starts, you're actually going to show them all the cards are different and you don't want them to see maybe the two of the same cards. That's why I just recommend taking a joker and putting that on top. And that just makes this look like a blue deck. And if you put it in a blue box, subconsciously that's just going to register in the spectator's mind that this is a blue deck of cards. And now you're going to take your red deck and you're going to separate it odd from even. So as you guys can see, I have odd cards here on the bottom and even cards on the bottom and odd cards on the top. So seeing as how an even card is going to be what they choose because you have the odd cards facing this way, so meaning the card that you're going to pull out is going to be an even number. So that means whichever card that is, whether it's odd or even, whichever one you prefer, that's going to be the one you want on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so now you're going to start off with this over here. Your invisible deck is in this box, and now you're going to take your other cards, and they're just going to go in the red box. This is actually the box for the invisible deck, but you can use the regular box that came in. It doesn't matter. So now you're going to take this deck out of the box, and you can do some false cuts because you don't want to disturb the order of the deck. If you guys want to learn some false cuts, I actually have a tutorial where I taught a few, so I'll leave a link down in the description. You can also do this cool overhand shuffle thing where you take about half the cards, and then you start peeling one by one of the even cards until you start seeing odd cards. And now you can just throw them all on top of each other again because all that's really done is reverse it. So now the odd cards are in the bottom and the even cards are on the top. And all you got to do to put it back normal is just do the same thing twice. So keep stripping odd cards just like that until I see even cards. Now I see even cards. Now I can just throw the rest of it on top just like that. And boom, my odd even number cards are not disturbed. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to show, look, they are all different. And I actually have another box over here, and it's all different too. So you're going to take it out, showing the back so they can see the back is blue. And obviously with it being an invisible deck, you can just spread out the cards just like this and show all the cards are different and nothing's going to happen. You're not going to flash any cards. You can show all the cards are different. And this is showing that there is no card face up in this deck right now. So you get to square it back up. You're going to place it back in the box. And now what you're going to do is you're going to take this deck and say, okay, I just want you to select a card you see. So you're going to spread it face up just like this. Don't spread all the way because you don't want them to choose an odd card. You're just going to spread a few of the bottom cards just like that and say, go ahead and touch a card you see here. And that's pretty much just forcing them to choose an even card. So let's say they choose the 6 of hearts just like that. What you're going to do is you're going to cull this card to the top. If you don't know how to do the cull, I'll leave a link down in the description where you can learn it, but I will go over it briefly. All you're going to do is contact the card above that card, so in this case the Ace of Hearts, and these fingers are going to grip that 6 of Hearts and pull it behind the deck, and now that 6 of Hearts is behind the deck, the rest of the cards is square up on top, and you basically controlled that card to this part of the deck, okay? So 6 of Hearts is in the middle. Let's do this one more time. So they choose the 6 of Hearts, you cull it just like that, so now it's under this deck as you square up, and now it's here, and now you're going to get this into Gambler's Cop. Again, if you need to know how to do the Gambler's Cop, I will leave a link down in the description, but what you're going to do is you're going to get it in Cop, and what you're going to do is you're just going to come over here for the box with this hand. So as this hand comes over to grab the box, this hand is going to drop this card onto the floor. So now you ditch their 6 of Hearts onto the floor, and you're going to, as you come over to grab this box, you're going to place it in this hand and place these cards in the box, close it up, and you're going to say, look, now we're going to do something kind of crazy. So now you've lost their 6 of Hearts. It's somewhere on the floor. This is why you might need a table for this trick. This is why this is another cool trick for like an audience of people. And you're just going to tap this deck just like that. Say, look, boom, just like that. I tapped the deck, and now look, we can go through this deck. You pull it out again, and you're going to say, look, if you'll notice. And now, seeing as how, you're going to find the card that came up, in this case it was the 6 of Hearts, so you're going to spread through, looking for the code card or whatever, and we obviously know what it is in this case. So it's the 6 of Hearts, we're looking for the 7 of Spades, which is way down here at the very bottom. So you're going to look, you're going to show, look, the card that you selected was the 6 of Hearts, and it's a red back card. Obviously, all these are red back. The only thing that's making them think this is a blue back deck is this blue card. So you're going to pull this out and say, look, you selected the 6 of Hearts. You're going to square this back up and just lay this deck down. So again, they see this blue back. Now, obviously, don't bring attention to it. Don't be like, look, it's a blue back card. They're subconsciously seeing that this is a blue back deck of cards. They're not going to question it. Say, look, now there's a 6 of Hearts in here. And just to prove this really is your 6 of Hearts, you're going to take, get everything out of the way. And now you can spread through this deck, and they can literally look through it one at a time, and they will see that there is no longer a 6 of hearts in this deck, proving that this must be their 6 of hearts. And that is the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We didn't actually get to hit 400 subscribers for my birthday, but that is okay. We're reaching for a new goal now, 400 before the end of the year, which I think is possible. So yeah, definitely subscribe to this channel. We're trying to hit 400 subscribers before the end of the year. Thank you guys for watching. These are some really cool ways to use the invisible deck. I love the invisible deck, and I hope you guys enjoyed these few tricks I showed you. So all that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you later.